Magic League, we gotta have a battle of two disgustingly performing squads today, fellas. My defense ain't too good. And that is the problem. Very bad job security. I don't feel like doing that shit.
The good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field.
Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Chicago Bears.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll run with a Rutgers man, Kyle Monungai.
And running with power here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. That's quite a way to start this football game on the ground right away. They're almost near midfield.
And that run, whether you're for this team or against them, it brings you out of your seat, doesn't it? Because that's an exciting way to get things rolling. Now you've got to hunker down on defense and not permit another first down run.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The Bears at 4-10 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 1 yard and now no yards. Have him looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal.
What is going on?
They'll run. Manungai.
And he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
Touchdown! Cole Kmet, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
They'll run. This is Jaden Blue.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
First down, and they go right back to Blue. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. You look at this Bears defense.
They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
18 on the play. And the Cowboy first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Prescott now. This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jake Ferguson
from 21 yards away.
And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future as they look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
What is up?
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Here's Williams.
I was right there.
Incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Throwing is Williams. That is caught. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They work now on 2nd and 9. To throw, Williams.
There we go.
Team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll try and run again with Blue. Oh, able to avoid him. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Shit.
Jaden Blue. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
To throw, it's Williams.
Fuck that up. Good shit.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
To the air, Williams.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Great
And
defense,
the
baby.
Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott.
Oh, doing too much.
Intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Marquise Bell.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Looking to throw is Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the
Crazy. No! I knew I should have fucking audible.
The final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we got just a PAT away from a tie game, and I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even.
All right, I'm mad about that.
They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
Santos able to take on the extra point. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
The 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bears.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On first down, it's Blue. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now Prescott. And he's got it. Touchdown.
Jake Ferguson.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
It's crucial right there.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
2nd and 9 now.
He's
going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
There we go.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for
the
the
last
2 games. Cassini, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you presented, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 44 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here we go. I take the ball right in. What do you think?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now for the point after. He's got it as they double up the lead
This one's now 28-14.
Bears 14.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time.
Ooh, I fucked that up.
Everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Adunze.
And he's got this down to the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Williams. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
Cover, baby.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Now a 2nd and 10. Williams going to look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down.
And that will be incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
What is on?
They'll go. Here's Williams. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Handoff, Blue running right. The 20. 5. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy
play around
touchdown.
too much.
But that's the value of having a teammate that's got your back, because it was nearly a disaster, but fortunately a friendly face able to fall on it in the end zone.
Yeah, and I don't know if he was tired from all of that running or what, but he was unable to hold on to the football. Fortunately for him, someone on his team wasn't too tired to find the ball and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Monangai.
Shedding the tackle. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 40-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
What is that?
On the ground is Monangai. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
What is that?
Running is Monangai.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
From the gun, here's Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Cole Kmet.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Now the point point after try for Santos. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
It's the score. Cowboys 35. Bears 21.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They go with glue between the tackles. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Prescott from the gun on third.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Williams.
Over the middle, that's to Loveland, the tight end.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Second down and 8.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Donovan Ezeraku.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
18 yards here on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Williams. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere.
We both
This
stink.
team,
Somebody just
they've really
stink
been
a
put
little
through the
worse.
ringer in this one.
At least this season.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
How many heads I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We up the plyometric. Ran up by the Lux when I up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet. You could diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into the next context.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw again.
A pass complete to Adunze. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
At the 27-yard line.
To the air once more. Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Connect.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the left side, he's got his tight end, Loveland. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Kirsten Loveland from 17 yards out. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Santos with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Connor Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
What is up?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Cowboys, the win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Since I own it, I can throw it in the trash. I'm calling you not to do you harm. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna erase all negatives off of your credit. Yes. And you know what I'm gonna do? Owed me $100 grand. Now I'm gonna cut that into $50 grand. Would you like that? Yes. You know what else I'm gonna do for you? You was paying me $5,000 a month. $6,000, right? I have it right here. Yeah. Can you pay me $600 a month? And I'm gonna do all of this for you. But the only thing is you must pay on time that $600 every month for 6 to 8 months. Yeah, I can do that. If they pay 6 months, some banks are 6 months, some banks are 8 months. Banking. Once they pay on time, now you can take that $50,000 and go to the bank and say, I have a performing debt, and I need you to lend me 75% of whatever that's worth right now. The bank will say, "Hey, would you like that?"
Damn, so just like that.
Just like that.
Damn,
That's
so
what they call performing outperforming debt. That's why
that's crazy. I never knew this.
Why do you think the people do debt collectors? They start debt collecting companies.
Yeah.
Why do you think they become multimillionaires overnight? Because they go in, they collecting the debt from them, cutting it in half. And if I do that, if I got $1 million worth of debt for $300, right?
Yeah.
If I cut that in half and make that same deal with everybody and make it performing debt, I just made like $500,000 worth of positive debt. That means I got $300. I got $500,000. They're gonna lend me 75% of $500,000 right now. And then what I'm gonna do with that? I'm gonna go buy more debt, and I'm gonna do the same thing. So overnight, I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire. And then once I do that, I'm gonna go to the next level. I'm gonna buy a house debt. I'm gonna buy the note. I'm gonna be the bank. So if I go in and I say, I'm gonna buy, but so you gotta have good money to do that.
Yeah.
That's why you step it up. So now you got some good money. You go in and say, buy 16 homes from the bank. They're not paying. So if you buy that much, that costs you maybe about $100 million. But you go in, you buy it for 30 cents on the dollar. You go in and buy the debt from the bank. Once I get rid of 75% of it, I can say, listen, you flippers out there, y'all looking for inventory, right? Yeah, we need inventory. I'm giving you this house for 75 cents on the dollar. They're going to kick your door down. You're your firstborn. But you guess what? You paid 30 cents on the dollar for it. So you made 10, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. You just made 45 cents on the dollar. Right back to you. Now you times that by 16 homes. At $500,000, it may seem a little technical, but once you start doing it, let's do one house. Let's do. If they bought those houses, you paid off the debt, you still got 25 houses to yourself, free and clear. So now you take one house. At 500,000, you own it. Most people don't sell it for 500,000. They're like, I only paid 40 cents, 30 cents on the dollar. Only paid what 30, 60, 90, 100, 10, 20, about $120,000 for a house worth 500,000. But most people say, and I'm selling that. A banker, it's the numbers game. So you say, you want to buy the house? I'll give you a 30-year mortgage. So you go buy to pay me $2 million in 30 years, compound interest.